know why, but you're dying to try. You wanna kiss the girl. Yes, you wonder. Look at her, you know you do. It's possible she wants you to. There's one way to ask her. It don't take a word, not a single word. Go on and kiss the girl.
Who gives this woman to this man?
The Lord of my eyes.
Don't laugh at me. We're all here to witness the union between Alex and Justin, of course, but we would be remiss if we did not mention two people who cannot physically be with us, but they are here absolutely in spirit. We have a place reserved for Big Ben and a place reserved for Steve Bradford. So when I was doing some research for this, because I'd never done this before, I thought, okay, well, I know these people pretty well, and I'm going to tell a story about how they met and all that, but I wanted to start with the best advice for marriage I've ever heard, and it was from a stand-up comedian named Dustin Nickerson. He said, look to the person that you're with. What's the most annoying thing about them? Can you stand that thing? If you can, then that's your soulmate. If I remember correctly, Justin met Alex because Justin was working at the Symphony, the social media manager there, and I think there was a show that was either going to be, was it canceled or something like that? Okay, yeah, so there was a show that Alex had tickets to with some friends, and she messages the Symphony and to ask a question about that, and Justin's on the other end. There's no telling if it's a male or a female, but just he's on the other end, and he eventually worked himself, I'm not sure how he did it, but into a date with Alex. So it started with social media, but in a very weird way, in the sense that she was contacting a business. And now here we all stand today because of that. I know that Alex and Justin prepared their own vows, and so instead of waste your time droning on about all the other stuff and stories that I can tell, which I'm sure we'll get to later on at dinner, I'm going to go ahead and defer to them. So, Bradford, if you would start, please. I can't call you Bradford anymore. I forgot. Justin, when you start, please, and I'll have Alex go. Absolutely.
What a journey that we've had to get here, and even today with the snow, right? And I just wanted to make a few promises to you. So I promise that I will be your Steve Rogers to your Peggy Carter. I will be your Iron Man, but I'm not going to leave you because of Thanos. I'm going to be your Han to your Leia, and I'm always going to stand up for you. I'm going to support you in anything that challenges us. I am going to make sure that whatever challenges we face, that we battle it together, that through thick and thin, whatever life throws at us, that we're going to do it together. And we will listen to each other, I will listen to you, and I will always do my best. May not always be perfect, but I'll always give you my best and give you my all and give you my absolute everything to make sure that you are happy for the rest of your life.
Alex?
Okay, I wrote this down because I don't remember as well as he did. All right, I also thought I was going second, so hopefully some of this makes sense. Bear with me, I'm not a writer or a published author. Some people we know. So this might be a little rough, but we're gonna get it going. Okay. I think I knew pretty early on that this guy was a catch. He is interested in the arts, sports. He attended kids' dance recitals of his friends. And even though I found a nearly hidden Instagram photo of a football team that we just won't talk about today, I was sold before we even met in person. This was even after my second text and an accidental photo, followed by a very direct question, "Are you single?" He swears he didn't look through my history. I still don't believe that. He also bears some darn good initials that run in our family, both on the Baker side and the Redding side. That I'm so proud to be a part of both families. And literally, we'd not be here without you guys. The Reddings, the Flemings, Bakers, Myers, Bradfords, Galvans, Mallards, Andersons, the Gumbies, and the Gophers. The Yees, the Blazes, and the Ownbys, and so many more who aren't here today. But hopefully they'll join us in the spring. Sorry if I forgot anyone. Oh gosh, I wrote a lot. Looking through our almost 5 years together makes me realize that I've experienced my best life with you. Football games in the free seats, won by me, the good seats, the bad seats, everything in between. Concerts, where we were paying and that I also won. Distillery tours, brewery tours, and me spilling that red drink in your car very early on. Vacations, getting lost together in corn mazes and in the car, using my directions. Just looking for some darn dinosaurs that were only a few miles away, but we ended up in Fairview. Fairview, he kept telling me. We always do our research now. We've seen our share of dark times too. 2 big losses of people in our first 6 months. My dad and your Ben. But I know they're here today. I feel it. Job losses, hypothetical, panic quarantine at the beginning, and then a little quarantine together about 2 years later. But with that came the best meals from Chef Justin. If you haven't experienced, please come over. Mainly with Elise, kind of as our third wheel all the time. But we did have it pretty good these past 2 years. Even going to IKEA for the first time, despite my hatred for road trips. You make the bad situations not so bad. I also very much appreciate your social media posts to keep me relevant and so that friends and family aware that I'm still around and awesome. All right, here's the good part. Here's my promises. This is the good part. So I vow to never stop our adventures. We've had a lot, there's a lot more to come. No matter what life throws our way. There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow to experience every day with you. I vow to 20% of the dishes, 10% of the vacation planning, and to never make a packing list, but I'll do my best and attempt to follow yours. I vow to never stop nagging you to put your clothes away. I promise, it really is just encouraging you to be your best self. I vow to attempt to stay under the covers at night, although I'm not responsible for what happens while I'm sleeping. I vow to watch more movies with you and admire your pop collection once it's all on shelves. I vow to be your weirdo, although no one here will believe you, because I am pretty cool. And I may have a bit of a hard shell that sometimes takes a while for people to get to know. Thank you for taking the time. I may be a bit bitter at sometimes and can't be trusted drinking red wine. A real Elsa the Ice Queen, if you will. But some people are worth melting for. I love you. Can't I take this?
Sure.
Hold it.
Your wedding.
The melting line is pretty great. So let these rings be a physical symbol of the emotional and spiritual commitment that you guys will make to each other. Justin, please go first. Yeah.
Other hand.
I don't have a speech for that. Is that okay?
No, it's okay.
Okay, great. All right. Okay.
This hand.
With nothing left to be said, and by the lack of authority given to me by the state of Tennessee, but with the blessing of Wes Howard, I now pronounce you partners for life. You may kiss the bride.